I've been waiting to talk about this. So this is the Nissan Armada. Okay, now we know it's a Nissan Armada, but if you're looking at what this is, you're wondering to yourself, all these little red accents. This is the Nismo version of the Armada, which looks absolutely crazy. I personally love how this looks. I know it's not for everybody. It wasn't meant to be for everybody. It's meant to be for the few people that can appreciate the ridiculous nature of a Nismo Armada when it's basically like when it's usually reserved for sports type cars. But now we have it on this giant beast. Let's talk. I love this. Okay, I know, this isn't like the normal speed of things. Most people looking at this are gonna be like, it's just so ridiculous. Like the way the looks, the size of it, the red lining, accents on it and everything. I think this is cool. And it's funny because on my podcast, I did mention even the rear of it looks like that's an aggressive rear. Diffuser, from the lights to spoiler. I mean, that's a lot happening. I even said on my podcast that I was surprised Nissan could even do something like this, given the fact that at the time, recent news isn't the most positive. So doing something like this super niche performance SUV is surprising. Let me show you some more. I'm gonna get straight to it. It comes with raised forged 22-inch wheels. I'm not the biggest fan of that design. It is good. It does kind of match the vehicle, but I for certain, given the fact that we have these like flared out sides right here, look how much space I have. I'm putting some meaty boys in there, okay? Those new T37s that came out that were 23 inches, perfect vehicle. Get some of those super wide, fill this out, proper stance. But let me just jump straight inside because this interior, boy, let me tell you something. I love this. I just love it. We got leather, nice red stitching, Alcantara. This is Alcantara soft material all the way up to the top. Clips audio system. I know it sounds incredible. Fortunately, I can't play it right now, but I know it does. Hard plastic here at the bottom, but that's to be expected. Then we get to the seats right here. You got Nismo on the headliner. We got the red, like suede Alcantara material here. There on the bucket part right here. All power. We got heat, was it massaging? That might be massaging there as well. But you have ways to change the bolsters on the side to squeeze you in tighter in case you need to feel more of the performance and power. It is all power, it's just kind of off right now. You have this dashboard layout. Let me show you. Dashboard layout, giant screen, all the way down that says Nismo on it. I do like the fact that they give you more of those like kind of points to show you you're in something special. Look at this, like it almost looks like carbon fiber, but it's like a leather material there. Double stitch. You got soft material there at the top of the dashboard. You got this red accent line that wraps around the vent right there, and it kind of follows all the way around the dashboard, and then you get all the way to here, and it matches there as well too. You can kind of see a little bit of this like woodish kind of material or just a textured trim right here, like that Alcantara more double stitch right there. All this stuff is like soft touch, the entire dashboard, everything. Gloss black is right here. I'm not the biggest gloss black fan, but I mean, it is what it is. Then you got this huge amount of storage right here, phone charger right here. You got cup holders. You look underneath, you got a pass through, more storage down here. I'm sure, I don't know if there's a charging port back here, but more storage right there. And on top of that, you also have, this is why we have paddle shifters. V6 twin turbo Nismo built inside of the Armada. This is basically, think of the GTR motor inside of an Armada. Here's the horsepower numbers. Here's the transmission numbers. This is what it's doing. This is the performance numbers of it. This is why it has paddle shifters in there. That's the reason why. To have this engine inside of this vehicle is pretty crazy, because just consider this. There's an aftermarket world that exists for this engine, and just imagine what they can do on this in this Armada. Think about what they do to the Nissan Patrol overseas and other countries, like in the Middle East. the Nissan Patrols are absolutely insane. So imagine taking that type of like AMS or companies like that that make a bunch of performance parts for this motor. Now it's inside the Armada. So if you look here, center console, you got more storage down here, little coin tray. You got stuff that's very deep that you can store things down there. Put the coin tray back, close this up. Nice, comfortable. So, and also you can hide this out if you need to. And you also notice if you look right here, nice little hidden gem. It says since 1951. You have auto stop, you have auto up and down when it comes to the ride height of this. This is a drive for park, reverse, neutral, drive, manual. Manual because this has paddle shifters. And the paddle shifters are actually here for a reason. This is not for no reason. Let me show you why. You get the nice engine cover, shows you the NISMO, shows you what the motor is, expertly tuned, VR36 DDTT built in Japan, in the Iwaki plant in Japan. We're talking about Japanese hands that have been put on there. That's proper performance motor, okay? Not some derivative of something else in the Nissan motor. This is NISMO putting their hands on it and building it properly. Other things that you'll notice, so you get this little plaque right there that makes it feel more special. Standard look of the engine. We can close the engine, this top right here. This is what it looks like. The front grille area, giant gloss black, large red lip right there, accents. The headlights look cool with this LED lights that kind of wrap around the same way the Armada has looked before, just that now you get a lot of kind of more sport oriented accents. A lot of gloss black, a lot of red against the gray, against the red interior. All of this matches well. Let's take a trip to the passenger side real quick to see what they're looking like. Also, more badging, NISMO right there, red line right here on the mirror, gloss black up there, gloss black kind of follows all the way to the top. Now, if you got this, you definitely want to just probably have this ceramic coated in everything when you get it because of how much gloss black there is. But here's the passenger side. Another nice feature is this little standard shelf right there for your feet to go. Also, basically looks like a side skirt. Look at the little feature right there, but it follows the line of the car. And the passenger side as well, power seats. Same red interior, red stitching there. Passenger seat is equally as comfortable. They still get the same soft materials there as well. Some more storage right here for the glove box as well. There's another charging port down there with that little pass-through. So the passenger gets equally as comfortable. Also, appreciate the grab handle right there. I talked about that when I was reviewing the Palisade. Need a lot of these, especially with a vehicle with this type of ride height. So continuing on, back to the passengers. So this is a full-size SUV, so you don't lack with the amount of things that you need or what you need to do. You're talking about cubby holes right here for water bottle, the clip sound system, grab handle. The grab handle is very good as well too because this is needed when you get inside these full-size SUVs. Same interior as far as the seats go. We're talking about red Alcantara, red here, leather. These are not power back here, these are manual, but you still get good storage. Cup holders right here, charging station for your phone, charging ports right there. This is the controls for the AC and stuff like that, but it's turned off right now. Right there, charging ports, another 12 volt. You'll notice, if you look up at the top, we got vents in the ceiling for the AC. We also got them in the back for the passengers for the third row. We might try to jump back there. There's a couple items back there they got there for like the setting up the vehicle and like, you know, pre-purchase and things like that they have to set up. Moon sunroof, panoramic sunroof all the way towards the back. Excellent, gives air to all the passengers and kind of makes it feel even more airy. But even if you close it, it is kind of a dark cabin I like because of the black roof and everything in there. The accents look nice too. But let me just jump inside. Let me show you the size of this. I'm comfortably back here. Whoever's sitting up here, they got their seat on lean, okay? But I got enough ample leg room, comfortable. So we're talking about high performance twin turbo V6, NISMO tuned suspension, look, interior, like, yo, if I had the means, I'd buy one of these in a heartbeat, okay? So all the storage, the space is good. Grab handle right here on the door, like I talked about before, allowing you to get out the car with ease, especially to climb up inside of it. And then you also get the vents above me, air vents right there. You get a little map light in case you need it, in case you need to view and read something back here. The sunroof does make it to the passengers in the back. So even though it's more so for the front, I do get a little bit of it back here as far as being able to view and see things out there and have the airflow if it's open. Now the rear The third row back there, as you can see, third row is still fairly decent. I'm gonna probably try to jump back there real quick to see what that third row kind of feels like. Let's give it a shot. Now these seats are not power, but even though they're not power, they're manual, but you still can adjust them up here in the front. If I put my hand right here, you can see I can move it up a little bit. And you're gonna kind of need that because up here, this little latch right here to do this, to then move this to the back in order to get into the third row. So let's try to jump into the third row. We have this grab handle right here, you see? Grab handle right there can work also for the rear passengers. I got a long enough arm that I can do this. So I'm gonna hold on to this grab handle and I'm gonna squeeze myself back here. This isn't terrible. I know I look like I'm super tight back here, but that's because the seat is upright, but you can fit an adult back here. This is a full-size SUV with enough space, and this seat sits higher, so if you're back here, you can actually see even further out, which is a little bit more comfortable as far as you get like car sick or anything like that. You can kind of see out and see everything around you. This is not bad. Also, easy to kind of get out, and another thing, all of these seats are power in the Nismo Armada. So if you look right here on this door, you get power seats to move the front seat. You get a charging port right here. You get more cup holders. You have speakers back here so you can hear all the volume. You have grab handles up here as well. You have an AC vent. And even in the third row, we're getting red seat belts. We're also getting the same red Alcantara stitching on there. You get a full headrest as well. I mean, this is fully thought out, all into the third row. The trunk area, as far as the storage goes, I mean, it's Armada level. Let me see if the other Armada's open and I can kind of show you the comparison of this, of what you could imagine inside of the Nismo one, inside of a regular Armada, because it's the same truck. I'll be right back. Okay, this is not a Nismo Armada, it's a regular Armada, but I didn't show you the trunk area. So if you're thinking about the Nismo Armada and you want to know what the trunk space was looking like, I'm gonna show you on the regular Armada. This is the space you've seen when you have the third row up and the trunk open. But on the Nismo Armada as well, you get all these controls. So power this, power lifting and rear the rear tailgate. So if you need to load something in that's heavy, you can lower the rear of this. Power seats as well. If you press this button here, I don't know if these are, if you notice up there, power ones fall up here. This rear one, I'm gonna put this headrest down. Hold on. Put this headrest down. As you notice, I'm gonna put power there. That's what the power seats would do in the Nismo Armada. We're gonna put this headrest down too. And this is also a power seat. So we're gonna do that. And that's what it looks like, all powering down. So in the Nismo Armada, which has all the other accents and features when it comes to, and if it's too close to the front seat, it'll automatically stop where it needs to be. So this is what it would look like in the rear of the Nismo Armada with all the other features I showed you. Same obviously controls and features you see on the front end of this. So everything is kind of similar, just accents and the engine and the performance and power is different. But this is what the trunk looks like in an Armada. So think of it in the Nismo Armada, and this is what it will look like. So let's talk a little bit about the exterior, because there's some more to talk about. Like, I know I talked about the outside with the red and accents and everything down there, but if you notice, come down here with me, you got a diffuser right there, Nismo in the center, but I mean, it's like a bumper diffuser, but I mean, it looks like a diffuser properly. I don't see any exhaust pipes. I think they are kind of recessed up above. Inside of there, when I looked, they're kind of recessed up there. It would have been cool to see like some larger pipes out here that kind of said like a Nismo exhaust as well too, but that's the rear bumper. This looks cool. Look up here, rear, this spoiler is kind of huge. It's a rear spoiler that's definitely defined. Like, you won't miss it. It won't look like a normal Armada. You do get the Armada in red here on the side right there. I talked about the wheels. The wheels, they're not my most favorite, but the aftermarket got me, especially on something like this. But as you can see, red line follows all the way down the SUV, all the way down to the front. You get some, I don't know if these brakes are any better than the previous Armada. Maybe they have like a different compound on the pad, but they're red calipers now. So it kind of adds to the whole Nismo theme. It would have been cool to get like some 4-piston brake calipers or something big, but that might have just been a little too much for the Armada. But in general though, the overall look of it, I love. Like, I think this looks dope. It is cool. It's not necessary. This is like an unnecessary cool, if that makes any sense. Like, no, you don't need a Nismo Armada, but why not? Like, why are we mad that this got created? Because I'm not. So this is what it looks like. Now, the price point of this, I don't know fully what the price point is going to be. So given what the Armada normally costs, I would imagine that this is going to be probably somewhere, we're talking about close to 100,000, probably like 90,000, 80. If it was less than that, I'd be surprised, mainly because of that motor. That's a full, real, hand-built Japan motor. So that has a little bit different, more of a special feel, and it's going to have a different bit of a price point when it comes to what this is. But this overall look, this overall feel, I mean, I'm a fan. That's what the roof looks like. Full gloss black, but you still get the utility. You still can get a roof rack up here. You still can haul stuff and carry things. So, I mean, listen, you're getting the wheels, you're getting the red accents, you're getting the roof rack up there, you can haul stuff, you're getting the interior there. I mean, you can do all the things that you normally would do with a regular Armada, but now with the high performance one. So, listen, I like this a lot. I like the way the steering wheel looks, the Nismo sign on the bottom. I wish it was like a flat bottom, but I mean, beggars can't be choosers, and we're talking about something that wasn't even on the radar, and they did it. If you look up here too, you got the normal controls up here for like the sunroof, mirror lights. This, I believe this is a digital rear view mirror. If I'm starting to kind of see the switch here, which would tell me that it is, because it can kind of go from like regular to mirror. If it was powered on, you would see it more. Hopefully I do get the chance to actually drive this vehicle so that I can actually show you more about it. But you get the normal controls, normal storage, sunglasses, things like that, power controls, SOS button. So this is a standard fare that you would come to see in any regular Armada. Just now, they've given you the Nismo treatment. So this is Nissan, and even though you've heard all the other news, you can't discount the fact that they're doing something cool for an enthusiast. Nismo Armada is that. You should come check this out.